another Conversations on Awaz Hakikat, which stands for the voice of truth. I'm your host, Chris Malika Bhadra, and depending on whichever part of the world you're listening to me from, today or tonight, I will be talking about how and why do we romanticize abuse and what goes behind this ideology and what are the different factors that contribute to it and what can we do to lessen it. And I'm very, very honored and I'm very, very happy that I'm joined by a good friend, someone I look up to, someone has inspired me. Afra Sattar Khan is a dedicated community leader and change maker from Northern Pakistan, committed to empowering women through connection, support, and shared growth. She holds a BA Honours in International Business Management from Northumbria University, UK, where she developed a strong foundation in global business and leadership. As a founder of the Pakistani Sisters, a vibrant and deeply impactful women-only community that has grown into a trusted space for thousands of women across northern Pakistan. For the past 6 years, she has led this platform with compassion and purpose, offering women a safe environment to discuss personal struggles, professional challenges, and everyday decisions, from relationships and mental health to fashion and entrepreneurship. Afra's efforts have not only created a sense of belonging among members, but also sparked a real change, encouraging confidence, collaboration, and community-driven support. Through Pakistani Sisters, Afra continues to champion women's voices and build a culture of empowerment, one conversation at a time. And I am witness to this. So Afra, whatever you're doing amazing. Thank you for holding that space and welcome. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for the lovely intro.
Everything is true because since I'm a part of the group, I know the kind of work that you've done to help these women. All right. Afra, we're talking about something that's very critical, बहुत important है, and we keep seeing these incidents. A recent incident happened in Pakistan as well. I'd like to start with probably digging deeper into this phrase that what constitutes when we say quotes unquote romanticizing abuse.
I think at the heart of it's patriarchy, right? It's really a deeply rooted belief that men are entitled to, control women's choices and bodies and even affections. Uh, or agar, koi bandi, she says no, right? They take it as a challenge instead of like a boundary or like a limitation. And that is the reason why I think um, even our drama culture, if you see possessiveness and stalking and even violence, all of these are like framed as signs of true love and devotion. मतलब उनको बस ये लगता है, and this is where the perfect recipe for romanticizing abuse comes into place, instead of condemning it. So I think इसमें अब ये जो एक persistent belief है मर्दों का कि मर्दों का नहीं, सॉरी, हमारी सोसाइटी का, कि जो मर्द है they have this dominion over women's choices. So if there's a refusal, right, they feel कि this is something that hits directly their male ego. And this entitlement is not just like private. I think it's also we can say it's woven into how relationships are framed, even in our popular media. मतलब हमारे masses में तो है ही, लेकिन even in the media, if we see, so I would like categorize it into three things. One is your toxic love narrative. The second is your honor culture, and the third is victim blaming. तो अगर हम बात करें about the toxic love narrative, so I think dramas, even real life में भी आपका जो एक depiction है of force and obsession and possession, jealousy, all of these are like markers of intense love. And most of the people, they ignore consent here, and they believe कि अगर हम दिखा रहे हैं कि हम forcefully आपको अचीव कर सकते हैं, हासिल कर सकते हैं, तो हम बहुत ज्यादा we are crazy in love with you. So I think this narrative is also part of this entitlement. Then we have the honor culture, where they see that women's independence is often seen as a threat to family and to the society, and of course to male reputation. So stories of punishment के how if a woman steps out of the house to work तो उसको वो बुरी औरत कहेंगे. हमारे कल्चर में बहुत जो ये होता है कि अगर मर्द रात लेट तक काम कर रहा है तो भाई वो काम कर रहा है, लेकिन अगर औरत लेट तक काम कर रही है तो मतलब कि ऐसा क्या काम है जो रात में कर दिन में भी नहीं हो सकता.
Yeah, yeah.
So stepping outside of the assigned roles, because in our society, in our culture, a lot of people um, see women only in the kitchen, right? मतलब उनको बस ये लगता है कि घर में और किचन में और बच्चों को संभाल रही हो. This thing is something which a woman is made for,
Yeah.
right? If she goes in another direction where she chooses her career and everything, so that is taken as a threat to them. So, like you mentioned about the recent incident of Sana Yusuf, so उस पे यही है कि where the girl just said no, right? The guy just couldn't take it. And even in his latest confession, I don't know if you've seen it, but he said that she was refusing to meet him, despite I mean, they had a conversation beforehand. इस तरह का कुछ उन्होंने बताया, and he came all the way from Faisalabad to see her, and on her birthday, and she refused. And then the next day he went crazy because he waited the whole day, and then the next day he just went into her house, or bus he shot her there, unfortunately, which was very brutal and very shocking, for the whole country. So I think यही रीजन है, because they feel entitled कि बस मुझे तुम पसंद हो, मैंने तुमसे शादी करनी है तो तुम मुझसे ही करोगी, किसी और से नहीं कर सकती. मतलब एक वो आपका कंट्रोल और मैनिपुलेशन और जो आपका बिहेवियर है. I don't know if we can actually label it as narcissist, but I think that is something which really romanticizes abuse in our society. So yeah.
Thanks, Afa. This was, the way आपने उसको club किया is very clear. You kind of answered the next question also in bits, but एक सवाल मुझे आपसे बीच में पूछना is, sometimes मैंने देखा है in some of the movies that were released earlier, which shows that women prefer men who are obsessing over them. Women want men who are like, guarding them, and women become. What role does a woman play sometimes to kind of lead the man into believing कि यार she needs me to be her savior? Do we play a role sometimes there?
I think we do. If we're not interested in somebody, we can just tell them no, like straightforwardly. I know it's hard, or कई दफा, we sort of like linger people on it. हम उनको एक वो क्लियर जवाब नहीं देते. हाँ नहीं, अभी बात नहीं कर सकती, अभी फंसी हुई हूँ, फैमिली है,
Yeah.
all those regular excuses that we all use. So I think it's best if you're not interested in somebody, you should give them a proper shut up call, and then you should block them and remove them. Because when you keep lingering somebody on, men in our society, or khas taur pe, if we talk about the masses, right, they take it as a challenge, and they think she hasn't said a complete no to me, right? So there's maybe in a question mark factor there. Maybe she's still interested, maybe she still wants to be with me, or wants to have a relationship, or if nothing, just like mere friendship, जो हमें messages में भी बहुत आ रहे होते हैं, spam folder में कि आपसे friendship करना चाहता हूँ and all that. So I think this element, this thing कि आप उनको अगर जब तक डायरेक्टली मना नहीं करते, so they keep pursuing you. So I do believe, and I do agree with you, okay, there to some extent we are also to be blamed, but then again there's no justification for murdering somebody for that. और अगर एक लड़की चलो मना करी, अच्छा वही बात कि अब हर बंदे का मना करने का तरीका is also different. Some women, they're not very bold enough to say a direct no, and some can, right? So I think you and I fall in the second one, that we can we can give like a shut of course. So I think कि जो नहीं कर पाती वो बेचारी linger on करती रहती हैं, and then eventually the guys think कि नहीं, she is interested तभी तो मना नहीं कर रही, so why not? So I think that is one reason that could contribute to. So
yeah, thank you, Abra. well, the next question you answered that what are the social norms that perpetuate into the feeling. But what I want to now know is how do individual perceptions and beliefs play a role in this problem? Like, kuch dino pehle, I saw on news in one of the cities in India, a father and a brother, unfortunately, took the life of the sister and the daughter because she was in a live-in relationship. जैसे आपने कहा ऑनर कल्चर की बात तो यहाँ इस पूरी चीज में इन वेयर इज माई इंडिविजुअल बिलीव दैट प्रॉम्प्ट्स मी टू डू समथिंग सो ड्रास्टिक टू अनदर इंडिविजुअल हाउ डज दीज बिलीव crop up how do these beliefs crop up?
I think that's a great question because, when people see abusive behaviors wrapped in, romantic soundtracks or soft focus lighting, in the movies, they start to think that is what passion looks like. They start to internalize, these ideas that if he hits me, he loves me. Yeah, she will change, him with her love. ये बहुत एक हमारा common वो होता है कि प्यार से बदल देगी औरत and all of that. I think there's a confusion between affection and aggression. And especially for the younger viewers who are still, shaping their understanding of relationships and of, the concept of love.
Yeah.
So since they misinterpret aggression as affection, and constantly हमारे mainstream media में भी ये दिखाया जा रहा होता है आप movies ले लो आप dramas ले लो like small plays वगैरह and all तो वहाँ पे what they do is कि they actually internalize abuse as proof of devotion, right?
Yeah.
They say कि it is because somebody goes to a certain degree or an extra mile for you, or they choose violence or abuse, तो उसका मतलब है बहुत devoted है and they really love you. So they basically, lower down your self-worth
Yeah.
as a woman, yeah. And then the repeated exposure also reduces, your sensitivity to warning signs. मतलब हम बहुत सारी चीजों को हमें पता है कि रेड फ्लैग्स हैं, हमें पता है कि बंदे में ये मसले हैं, but we choose to ignore it and we consider it as a yellow flag. Like we can see that there's danger, but we still opt for it. So I think that is something which also blurs empathy towards the victims as a whole. So वही like you ask individual beliefs आपके किस तरह से feed करते हैं. तो जब आप ये सारी चीजें mainstream media पर देख रहे हैं, it shapes how you view things, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, there's a confusion between affection and aggression. So if a teenage guy or girl, is watching this, and more specifically, we're focusing on men here. So when they look at this, they think कि हम तो जोर और जबरदस्ती से we can get anything, right? So even if that person doesn't hold that belief in himself before watching such movies, अब जिस तरह अभी मेरे माइंड में कोई आ नहीं रही मूवी, maybe you can help me with that, but हम बहुत सारी ऐसी मूवीज हैं हमारे यहाँ, like आपके भी और इधर भी यहाँ पे ड्रामाज हैं. मतलब जियो टीवी पे यू मस्ट हैव सीन दानिश तैमूर के जैसे ड्रामाज होते हैं. फिरोज खान का एक ड्रामा है खानी. आई एम नॉट श्योर इफ यू सीन इट.
I've heard of it. नाम
Yeah, but Khani was one of the most popular dramas, and जिसमें फिरोज खान parked a car somewhere और उसके पीछे किसी और ने गाड़ी लगा दी थी लड़के ने, and वो हटा नहीं रहा था. So in aggression, he came out and he took out his gun and he shot the guy multiple times in front of everyone. उसके बाद उसकी बहन ने फिर पूरा केस लड़ा. And then since Feroz Khan came from like his character was Mir Hadi, so since Mir Hadi came from an elite background, so he used his money and power and contacts to get rid. And then the fun part, he falls in love with the victim's sister, and then he forces her to marry him. And she does, because उसके पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है. उसके बाप को भी मारा. मुझे से याद नहीं है, अभी ड्रामा काफी पुराना हो गया है, but this was like the theme around it. तो यहाँ पे भी वही बात है कि वो एक तो आप गलती पे हैं और उसके बाद फिर आप फोर्स. अब जब ये चीजें आप देख रहे हैं, अब जिस तरह खुदा न मोहब्बत ड्रामा भी था जिसमें अगेन फिरोज खान and Hikra Aziz, and he cursed the girl because she refused to accept his love, right? सो और फिर वो मज़ार पे जाके बैठ गया, और फिर उस लड़की को वो जो कर्ज लगा तो उसकी पूरी जिंदगी बर्बाद हो गई, उसका शौहर मर गया ऑन द डे ऑफ द वेडिंग, एंड इट वाज हॉरिबल, बट द ड्रामा गॉट लाइक मैसिव व्यूअरशिप फ्रॉम बोथ इंडिया पाकिस्तान. सो अब इस तरह के ड्रामास जब आते हैं तो फिर ऑफ कोर्स अब जब यंगर ऑडियंस देख रही है तो फिर उनका जो परसेप्शन है वही चेंज हो जाता है कि अच्छा मुझे भी लड़की मिल जाएगी अगर मैं भी मजार पे जाके बैठ जाऊं, and if I inflict a curse upon her. So this is something which I think um, glorifies abuse
Yeah, yeah.
and all of it. So yeah, that's my take on.
Absolutely. हमारी तरफ I think अब मुझे पता नहीं, I've seen it, Animal and उसके पहले जो Kabir Singh.
I have. Yeah, I have. Kabir Singh I haven't, but Animal I have.
Yeah.
And that was very toxic.
Oh, Animal was the same. The other one, Kabir Singh, वो थप्पड़ मार रहा है and he's like, I love you and that's why I'm kind of hitting you on the face. And what kind, ये कैसा logic है मेरे समझ के बाहर है, but these movies went on to become massive hits.
Yeah.
बट अब ये एक और बारी ना उस कल्चर पे आते हैं, ऑनर कल्चर पे. ये तो चलो एक रोमांटिक डायनामिक में एक लड़का रिफ्यूजल हो रहा है एंड ही कांट टेक इट, इट्स नॉट ओके. बट जब कोई फादर कर रहे हैं टू हिज डॉटर या ब्रदर इज डूइंग टू हिज सिस्टर, where do they get this right कि we can do anything we want in the name of honor just because she does not want to get married to the person we want her to? ये उनको ये entitlement कहाँ से मिलती है?
I think that is deeply rooted from I think it's a generational thing, to be very honest. I think it runs in the generations, और ये एक बस वो इज्जत पे बात आ गई ना. So this is something which I would not specify. I mean, since I'm also a Pashto and a Pathan, right? तो I think हमारे वहाँ पे थोड़ा honor वाला scene ज़्यादा होता है. But I'm not saying कि बाकियों का नहीं होता, because this thing is happening left, right, and center. So I would say कि this is something which they have heard from their elders, और वो चीज़ को लेके आगे जा रहे हैं कि अच्छा मतलब अगर लड़का ये चीज कर रहा है सही है, if a guy goes abroad and he gets married to a blonde or somebody, I'm sorry, blonde is not the right word here, but if he
Someone
gets
else outside,
somebody outside of our culture, society, and everything, and religion, of course, that is okay because ladka hai, right? But if a girl ends up doing it, it becomes izzat ka matter, because they think that the girl, I mean, they feel that they can control women more easily and they have more dominance over them. So I think maybe that is one of the reasons why they feel कि हम ये कर सकते हैं. And as brutal and as vile that is, I think मतलब I have no words for it. And I don't know how to put it, but it's just that कि nobody has a right to take another person's life like that, और खास तौर पे आपकी अपनी औलाद के साथ. तो आप कैसे कर सकते हो ना? अगर उसको एक बंदा पसंद है तो आप देख लें, मतलब इतना क्या हो गया? डायरेक्ट इज्जत पे बात क्यों चली जाती? Parents would actually choose a wrong guy in a wrong family for their girl rather than seeing the guy that she likes, right? So I fail to understand this thing, and this thing is like deeply rooted. तो ये ऐसी चीज है जो कि खत्म ही नहीं होती ना. It keeps growing. It's something that is prevalent in our society for centuries now, and it's refusing to leave. It's something that's I don't know if we're brainwashed that way, or it's just like क्या कहते हैं, deeply embedded in our mind. So
मुझे तो इस पे हैरानी होती है. On one side we keep saying, oh, we are a 21st century nation, advancement, artificial intelligence तक बात पहुंच गई है. And then on the other side you get to see news like this. So where are we? हम इधर हैं, उधर हैं, या बीच में? Because we don't know what we are doing with our own family and next of kin. उनको अगर इतना भी right नहीं है, then what are we even going to do with artificial intelligence? किसी काम का नहीं है, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right. And then I recently discovered this thing. क्योंकि जब हम छोटे होते हैं ना, we don't really understand a lot of things, right? So when you grow up and when you hit a certain age, you start to understand a lot of things that's happening in the family and happening around you, and even happen to you, right? So I recently discovered this thing. Okay, if we actually question our parents' teachings, and their belief system, it literally shakes them. It shakes their whole personality, you know. मतलब वो बने ही इन चीजों पे हैं, तो उनको क्वेश्चन करके आप जो है ना उनको पूरा आप तोड़ देते हैं और जब वो टूटते हैं तो फिर वो आपको भी तोड़ देते हैं. So this is something that I recently discovered, and I think this is one of the reasons why they choose not to move on from beliefs that they have. अब मैं कई दफा बाबा से भी discussions होती, what starts as a discussion ends as an argument. so so even last night we were having a discussion, he literally started arguing with me, ऐसे मुझसे लड़ क्यों रहे. So ये बात है कि जब आप उनसे सवाल पूछें तो
Right.
they wish not to change, right? They want to stick to those old beliefs कि बस बड़े ये करते थे, बड़ों ने ये कहा. तो यहाँ पे भी I think वही इशू है कि they feel कि अगर लड़की ने बाहर जाके मतलब किसी के साथ ये कर लिया, ताल्लुक बना लिया, and she's in a relationship or whatsoever, ये ऑनर पे बात आ गई, and she must be eliminated from the family because she's brought disgrace to the family. So this is something which I feel no matter we reach 25th century, we will never get rid of it. चाहे कितनी advancements हो जाएं, this is something जो नहीं बदल सकता, unfortunately.
I think maybe when we become, if and when our generation becomes parents, maybe शायद वो generational trauma का wheel टूटे, but we don't know.
हाँ टूटेगा, I'm very sure of that because see we are very woke and we are very aware of all of these things, and now we understand these things very well कि अच्छा ये चीजें गलत हैं. तो at least I think when we become parents sometime soon in the future, we will be at least able to not carry forward this.
Break the wheel, yeah.
Hopefully, yes.
After the next thing जो मुझे आपसे जानना है कि जब this is one standalone issue, a vice in the society, what happens when you see it as an intersection of with other forms of oppression? Like एक तरफ आपको romanticizing of abuse है, but when you club it with gender, race, religious background, sexual orientation, what happens when you meet them at an intersection?
I think abuse doesn't really, exist in a vacuum. And I feel it thrives in, systems of inequality. So it also includes your upbringing, आपके घर का environment, to some degree even your, I would say toxic parenting, because I think her parents' generation has been very toxic to themselves and of course to us as well. So I think that is well. And एक बहुत major factor मुझे ये भी लगता है कि there's been a suppression of emotions.
Yeah.
So we've been a generation जहाँ पे we haven't been provided any safe spaces to express ourselves. तो हमारे emotions बहुत suppress किए गए हैं over the years, and maybe that is one of the reasons why कि हम लोग बहुत openly चीजें discuss नहीं कर सकते, share नहीं कर सकते. We suck at expressing basically. When you talk about oppression, I think women from like even let's say lower income backgrounds, या जिनके पास ज्यादा exposure नहीं है, या ज्यादा बहन भाई, all of that, and basically those women that don't have freedom to walk away, I think they get more oppressed. फिर उसमें आपका religious culture aspect बहुत strongly आ जाता है. हमारे यहाँ पे मतलब वो कि if we talk about Islam, तो they say कि भाई अच्छा, यहाँ पे एक और मजे की बात है. सॉरी, उसमें ये कि हमारा जो सब कॉन्टिनेंट का जो रिलीजन का पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट है वो पूरी दुनिया से बिल्कुल अलग है, राइट? तो उसमें ये है कि आपके बहुत सारी चीजें जो कल्चर का हिस्सा है, they have actually labeled as religion, right?
Okay.
So that is where a lot of, I think, oppression comes in from, because women, and not just women, even men are grounded to some extent कि आप ये चीज नहीं कर सकते because the religion doesn't allow you.
Yeah.
But technically it's not the religion, it's the culture. And it's something that has been growing in the culture for decades, which doesn't give you the freedom to do certain things or practice certain things. तो उसकी वजह से I think कि you know they I think I lost.
No, you're on point that this is the reason that intersection comes into play. Ki, you have the abuse, but उसके साथ जब आप culture or religious mix, but
हाँ
opinions mix
मतलब
हो
आप
जाते हैं.
कई जगहों पे आपको पता होता है कि ये चीज गलत है, लेकिन देन अगेन वो प्रेशर इतना होता है
You can't.
society का and your peer pressure and your family pressure that you can't actually break free from the shackles. So
इस बात पे आपका I'll be a devil's advocate for 1 minute. हमने ये एस्टैब्लिश कर दिया कि औरतें तो women are subjected to these things. लेकिन a lot of times men have come to me and say, यार तुम you know you never talk about men being abused.
yeah.
We agree that men also get abused, but शायद the numbers are different. But is it the same when a man is getting abused in a romantic relationship? How does it look when that happens to a man versus a woman?
As like you mean how the men perceives it?
नहीं अगर मान ले यही चीज किसी मर्द के साथ हो रहा है that you know a woman is getting violent towards him कि तुमने मुझे ना कैसे बोल दिया तुमने whatever in a situation when men get abused how does that look like?
I think the prime example of that is the सास बहू dynamic, जिसमें मर्द हमेशा पिस रहा होता है जो बेटा है आपका because they are unable to balance the two things, right? एक तरफ माँ एक तरफ बीवी है, वो जो बीवी के जो राइट्स हैं वो माँ को दे रहा है और जो माँ के राइट्स वो बीवी को नहीं दे रहा है या दे रहा है, I don't know, but there's like an imbalance there. So I think that is one of the best examples that I can give where a woman is being abused. Then of course we've seen a lot of men being abused in romantic
Yeah.
relationships जहाँ पे you know they but then again they say कि मर्द है और वो you know he can absorb these things, but I don't think so, because you know in our culture, in our societies, men are labeled to be like you know the brave people, वो रो नहीं सकते
Exactly.
और strong है, you know they're very masculine, everything, तो वो रोना धोना नहीं कर सकते and all of that. On the other hand, a woman can do that, and the woman can play the woman card and the victim card to some extent. तो मर्द ये चीज नहीं कर सकता बिकॉज वो मर्द है. सो आई थिंक बहुत जगहों पे बहुत सारे मर्दों के साथ भी नाइंसाफी होती है. I mean, just because I'm a feminist or an advocate for women, I won't say that, you know,
Exactly.
women are always right. बहुत जगहों पे औरतें भी गलत हैं और we must, you know, call them out. And I think even, you know, on the group we do that. खास तौर पे कुछ does that a lot. So and that is something which I feel that we need to do more, because women always think कि बस जी हम ही victim है, हमारे साथ ही बुरा हो रहा है. And there's always two sides to the story.
Yeah.
So if we're hearing out the women's side, so of course there's a you know men's side to it as well.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I do think कि बहुत जगहों पे women are at fault and men do get abused and oppressed. And yeah, and I mean there should be somebody who you know talks for them as well, raises voice for them as well. Yeah.
The next thing आपने हमने बात की है कि the younger generation needs to be more aware. They are becoming aware, लेकिन there needs to be more awareness. How can we encourage more open and honest conversations about this abuse so that जो हमारी society है या individuals हैं वो ज़्यादा aware हो सके and they can speak out and call out when it's the time to call it out?
I think by breaking the silence in our homes, in our schools, in our friend groups, and even on like you know platforms like these, like the platform that you have, a podcast or maybe you know a TV show or something like that. वहाँ पे आपके वो ratings उन चीज़ों से हटके you're actually addressing the real issues. So I think we need to normalize also about you know boundaries and respect, and we need to also highlight ke, you know what are the red flags. And to some extent I think even though I mean trigger warning for that, but even though you know bringing forward the stories of survivors,
Exactly.
it's power play, but then again, it can be very triggering for some of the audience, right? Lekin it's not to actually pity them, but it's actually to show them as a hero, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think uski zarurat hai. Phir we need like we need strong support systems. So maybe safe spaces, or maybe counseling or community check-ins, या फिर आपके even spaces like Facebook communities to some extent, या in person अगर आपका कोई आप बना सके like a sisterhood or like a
Yeah.
circles word. I think that is where people can gather together and they can express
Yeah.
freely, away from family and away from all those people who know them. Matlab just sitting amid strangers where you can just talk your heart out and they
Yeah.
won't judge you for it. So I think we need such kind of safe spaces. इस पे एक और चीज I also feel कि media literacy भी बहुत important है, because when you teach your viewers to actually see beyond the drama or the movie या जो भी narrative आपको दिखाया जा रहा है, and you need to like critically analyze it. क्योंकि हमारे ड्रामे मूवी सब चीजें they're based on real life,
Yeah.
to be honest. आपके मेरे साथ वो चीज नहीं हुई, but it must have you know occurred to somebody else in some other part of the world. So it is important कि आप you question what is being sold as love, or
Yeah.
what is being sold as emotional manipulation, all of that. And then I think we need to also like put pressure on the writers and directors and channels के, अब जैसे जियो टीवी की मैं बात कर रही थी, तो it is important कि आप इस तरह के जो भी where they're glamorizing abuse and everything, so we need to also like
Call them out.
call them out for that.
Mm.
जिसमें मुझे याद है एक ड्रामा था back in 2000, wait, I think I must have written 2013. It was known as Kankar. It had Fahad Mustafa and Sanam Baloch in it, and that is where Fahad Mustafa was like a really good guy or sab kuch, or अच्छी family से and सब, but he used to hit his wife. Sanam was his wife. So initially she didn't understand कि what is the reason, बस छोटी छोटी बात पे गुस्सा है and he would start hitting her. Then later she found out कि her father-in-law was doing the same to her mother-in-law, and that is where the guy would pick it up from,
Yeah.
and he would just do it because बाप ये चीज कर रहा है. So then they the drama was developed in a way कि उन्होंने दिखाया कि how she took a stand for herself despite everybody was against her, and she said कि मैं ऐसे आदमी के साथ नहीं रह सकती, and you need to take counseling and sessions and therapy. तो यहाँ पे they're actually praising and they're showing a woman that she's asserting her rights and that she's taking a stand for herself, और abuse को call out कर रही है ना.
Exactly.
तो इस तरह के जो आपके dramas हैं जहाँ पे a woman is being respected, and her no is not taken as a challenge, but as a element of respect, and that she's given this क्या कहें
I think
authority to, yeah. So I think इस type के dramas and इस तरह की चीजें, when you show them in the mainstream media to the younger viewers, that would
absolutely.
like yeah help them
I think मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि consent पे भी बहुत बात होनी चाहिए, because
बहुत होनी चाहिए, बिल्कुल.
I'm
I agree.
not 100% sure कि हमारी communities में भी all of us understand exactly what consent, not only in a relationship dynamic is, but also within family, कि भाई मुझे नहीं पसंद है, just my no is a no. So I think we need to have more conversation. After before the recording हम बात कर रहे थे कि दुनिया में इतनी सारी चीजें चल रही हैं. It's a difficult time we are living in. On a difficult day, how do you take care of your mental health? And coming from the fact that you run that group where you see about women's problems, आप कैसे handle करती हैं अपना mental health?
My mental health has been destroyed over the years, to be honest, thanks to family and family dynamics. But I honestly don't know what to say, but I think it took a very long time for me to gather my own self. Or was time pe when I started group, I was all over the place.
Hmm.
And then reading people's stories destroyed me even further, like in the beginning, of course. But over the years, I think I learned that you have to be strong.
Yeah.
I mean, no other way out. You have to be strong and you have to call out what's wrong. तो अगर आप वो नहीं करते, अब वो उसमें कोई बड़ा है कोई छोटा है, you have to put that thing aside. And अब तो even with Baba sometimes I call him out as well that you're wrong here, and I know he doesn't like it, but then later he thinks over it, right? So food for thought. But I do think I mean, when it comes to my mental health, I had to really work on, you know, my healing, and I had to prioritize what matters the most. And one thing that my aunt would say कि हम खुदा नहीं है और हम हर चीज फिक्स नहीं कर सकते. So if you adopt this and make this as a mantra for your life, I think this works wonders. And you cannot fix everything. तो बहुत सारी चीजें हमारे इख्तियार से बाहर हैं and they do impact our mental health. और हम उस मामले में कुछ कर नहीं सकते. So बस ये है कि we need to just prioritize what matters the most, and that's what I've been doing. And I don't really care about what people think.
That's awesome.
Because in the end of the day, you know, it doesn't matter what they think, right?
Yeah.
Their opinion of you doesn't define who you are. You know who you are. You know your shortcomings and your insecurities and your flaws and your strengths and everything. So I think we understand ourselves better, and we should just stick to that. Yes, yeah. And not care about what the world say, क्योंकि हम जिस society में हम thrive करते हैं यहाँ पे तो it's almost difficult to survive because everybody is going to pull your leg and everybody is going to make you feel worthless. And there have been times when I've, you know, actually thought about shutting down the group and everything.
Yeah.
कि हाँ बस छोड़ो, इसकी कोई value नहीं है and all of that. And उसके अलावा भी I've had many breakdowns.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you need to really work on your inside or do what makes you happy, and that's the only way you can survive.
Yeah, I agree. Totally.
And जो बात आप बस एक कान से सुन के दूसरे कान से निकाल दें, I think that's the best thing to do, because लोग बोलते हैं वो बोलते रहेंगे and there will be no end to that.
Absolutely.
And बस ऐसी है.
नहीं.
शादी नहीं हो रही, फिर शादी हो जाए तो बच्चे नहीं हो रहे, बच्चा हो गया बेटा क्यों नहीं हो रहा. बस ये मसले और ये सारे तो मतलब ये हम सबके साथ हैं और ये बहुत कॉमन मसले हैं और ये हमारे सब कॉन्टिनेंट के मसले हैं और बस ये unfortunately we can't do much about it.
Yeah, the only way is कि आप सुनना ही छोड़ दें because people are not going anywhere.
या बस वहां से निकल जाएं. Move abroad because life is a little bit, I would say, a bit at peace abroad. वहां पे शायद इस लेवल का लोग आपको बॉदर नहीं करते. And if you're surviving in if you're amidst all the other kind of people, तो वो फिर ज्यादा इतने क्वेश्चन नहीं करते. देसियों से आप जितना दूर रहे.
But probably ना जो देसी बाहर होते हैं वो questions, they carry those questions with
हाँ,
them, even
उनसे दूर जाए बस.
हाँ.
उनसे दूर है. देसी जहां भी हो उनसे दूर है, बाहर तो खास तौर पर उनसे दूर है. I remember when I went to UK, somebody introduced me. So I did have like a circle of Indian friends, very good friends. तो उनको I remember they said कि और भी हैं, पता नहीं उधर से बांग्लादेश से कि पता नहीं कहाँ से. मैंने कहा नहीं बस इतने बहुत हैं. मैंने कहा वो घर पे हम पीछे तो छोड़ के let's make like European friends and like English friends. तो फिर I chose to completely distance myself from everybody and it worked. मतलब आप 2 साल पढ़ने गए हैं तो आप सुकून से पढ़ लें वहां पे. दिन वही चीजें जो आप घर पे छोड़ के गए हैं आपको.
नहीं, doesn't make sense. And आपको one last question कि आपका हमारे listeners के लिए क्या message होगा?
Message. I would say that, you know, incidents like Noor Muqaddam and incidents like Sana Yusuf's story and many, many, many others, right? it's basically a mirror. It's a reflection of our society, of where we're heading to, what our people think, कैसे उनका mind, operate कर रहा है, and how they all confuse violence with love, and
Yeah.
then they all let the media, and even of course not just the media but even our masses, they actually frame it as fate कि अच्छा हाँ ये. अब मतलब एक चीज मुझे जो बहुत ज्यादा bother की थी when the Sana Yusuf incident occurred, every media channel, every page, like every source that you can think of, had this headline कि Sana Yusuf टिकटॉकर. मतलब अगर कोई लड़की टिकटॉक पे वीडियोस बना रही है, whether it's funny content or if it's fashion or whatever, they were using TikToker as a label कि she's probably not the right kind of a woman.
Yeah.
And then there were multiple comments beneath those क्या कहें posts, yeah, and articles where they said कि अच्छा हुआ कि इसको मार दिया और क्या कहते हैं सोसाइटी से गन खत्म हो गया और इस तरह की बातें. I mean, like, and she is just a 17-year-old, like she's only 17-year-old, and what do you expect कि एक 17 साल की बच्ची who was just sharing her life, being happy and bubbly, how is she harming anyone? And they were like कि नहीं अच्छा इसको मार दिया और सोसाइटी से गन खत्म हो गया and all of that. So the label कि टिकटॉकर है. अब कोई भी लड़की अगर टिकटॉक बना रही है तो वो बुरी लड़की है, या कोई भी लड़की अगर यूट्यूब पे कर रही है या इंस्टा पे वो बना रही है. I mean, Instagram has like a lot of soft porn these days and everything. At least TikTok doesn't have that. But then again, this name and shaming somebody for the work they do or the medium they use to showcase their work or their talent or whatsoever. So I think that is something which the media plays a role in. They labeled it as a fate. Just because she was a TikToker, she deserved to die. So I think if we want change, it starts with each of us, and we need to be more self-aware of the surroundings and of the people that we deal with more specifically. And if you're an influencer or something like that, आपको बहुत strict check रखना चाहिए कि किस किस्म के लोग आपको follow कर रहे हैं. And if you spot somebody, you should really block them and all that. So I think watching more critically and speaking more bravely, and you need to show people how to respect you, because that is one of the major things. You need to show them how to treat you. तो फिर जब आप खुद अपनी इज्जत नहीं कर रहे तो फिर nobody will be able to do it. So you need to work on that.
Thank you, Afra. This was very enlightening and heartwarming. So thank you for having the conversation. To my listeners, a major, not a major, but a trigger warning that some of the content that we've discussed is sensitive. So if at any point of time you feel that it's getting heavy for you, so you please step out of the conversation and come back to it when you're ready to listen to the rest of it. And if you've got any thoughts or comments, please write to me on awaaz-e-haqiqat@gmail.com. And the content that we discussed today, it's not a one-off conversation. These things are happening every day around you, around me, around all of us. We just need to stand up and call it out. Please do that. And I hope you've had a lot to take away from Afra's words, expertise, and her views on this idea of how we romanticize abuse. Should not be done. So thanks, Afra. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.